Okay. Well, hello, everybody or anybody who's here. I have no idea what the heck to talk about tonight. I was just kind of in the mood to chat. It's been a stressful few weeks. I don't know, just still feeling kind of down in the dumps a little bit. And so it had been a while since I've done a little casual chat like this. So I decided to try to do one tonight. I hadn't done it in a while. I think the last one I did was back in the summer. And then I didn't do any more because we were having the 1990s discussion, movie discussions. And it was just a little bit much to do, more than what I was already doing. So I decided to do one tonight. And I don't know what to say. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Hope you're feeling better. I mean, I assume you are. It's been a little bit. You were sick one of the last times. Oh, hi from California. My brother lives in California. I think about him and Arnold every time I hear that. I see the word California. Hey, Simon. How you doing? Queen. I don't feel like I'm a queen. I'm a little sad. I don't know. I'm just kind of like I've been in a bit of a funk. Like this underlying or just like overlying or underlying sense of just kind of feeling down and uncertain. And it's a feeling I had when I filmed the video I did about the Terminator, my Terminator collection, which is still here beside me. And I don't know how much of it is just the life situation right now, what's going on in the world, the freaking time of year where it gets dark at stinking 4:30 and 5. It's just so. And then my brother had just left. I think it was the day I filmed that video, and I was just kind of sad and missing him and missing my other brother. I just hate it that we live so far away. So, hey, Colin, how you doing? Hey, I started watching. Oh crap! Oh Lord, Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop. I'm not through with the first episode because I had to go to bed early the night that I started watching it. I think it was like the night before I had to, I don't know, take Arturo to DMV, something. Anyway, I had to go to bed early. So, but what struck me about that first episode is it does seem, or the little bit I saw is that it does seem very anime-ish. I got that sense. It was like a cartoon. That's the way it came across. I mean, I liked it so far. So, okay, sorry. I'll start popping some comments up here. Yeah, I hate the darkness. It's just, I mean, I like to stay up late. I'm a night owl, but I like it to turn dark at an appropriate time. And 5 o'clock is not an appropriate time. I'm sorry, folks. It's just not. More like 8. That's appropriate. That's how I feel. Well, okay, Trash Party. You always know what to say, so I'll start. You recently finished reading Project Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I started like a little list of things to check out if anything came up. So I'll look that up. I hope it's in audiobook format because I don't really have much time to sit down and read, but it's not so much physically, just kind of just a little sad, and I don't like what's happening in the world around me. It seems to really be affecting me a lot. It's been going on for so long, and I'm just worried about the future. I'm in one of those funky moods. It'll pass. It's just, you know how it is. I hope so too. I think maybe this just kind of being able to talk with you guys will help. I spend most of my day is I'm working. I'm by myself. In my own head, and I do just mull over stuff a lot and drive myself crazy with my own thoughts. You know how it is. And so sometimes I just, I don't know, feel like talking makes things better. Okay, that's all right, Chris. You don't even have to. I don't ever want you guys to feel like you have to jump in and join the conversation or anything like that. But I hope you're doing well. I love your little avatar. I love Clint Eastwood. Well, I'm sorry, but sometimes we are, unfortunately. Yeah, Sasuke. That's all I'm going to try, and I'm sure I butchered that. I'm so sorry. The first half, the second half. Is it going to be? I can't remember if we talked about that. Did we talk about whether or not it's going to be renewed for season 2? I want to say I thought I heard that it was, but now I don't know. I'm doubting myself. The sun rose at noon. Ugh. Really? That's awful. That's terrible. I didn't realize Sweden was like that. Seriously, Simon? I thought it was more like, I know Alaska can be bad that way. What, Greenland too, maybe? I did not know Sweden was like that. Dang. Andy Weir's book. Okay. I will look that up. I've got it written down. So I'll check it out. Seasonal affective. Yeah. Some people say that the special lance, I have read about those over the years. I've heard about those. And I think I put like 1 or 2 in my Amazon cart and I never bought it because I don't know why I never bought it. Honestly, maybe because though I'm just perpetually not pleased with this time of year, I'm not always in a funk, like a deep funk forever. It's just I don't like this time of year. Maybe a lamp will help. I don't know. I just, as soon as the time changes, I'm ready for it to go back to daylight savings time. I even wrote my state representatives again. State representatives, no, not just my federal representatives. My House of Representatives dudes and my senators wrote them complaining about it. I was like, I've done this many times. And some of them actually wrote back and they were like, well, this got to a certain point however many sessions ago, and then it got like the other side didn't want to do it, or it got dropped, or it got tabled, or whatever they said. So I think that a similar bill has been reintroduced this year, but it probably won't go anywhere, unfortunately. Yeah, Audible. Yeah, but you know what? I do have some books from Audible, but I've ended up buying a lot of my books. Of course, I have books on the platform that I work for, Sound Blue Theater. I've got books on there, but also I get a lot of my audiobooks from Chirp Books, CHIRPBOOKS.com. And they offer audio, like there's no monthly subscription or anything like that. And they will often have these awesome sales on audiobooks. And I usually pick them up when they're like on sale for 99 cents. That's kind of my price point. Like, I don't mind throwing $1 away on a book. I don't necessarily want to throw 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 personally, because I have a lot of vet bills right now, you guys. Oh my gosh, Scooter's treatment is killing us. It's awful. Plus he's just getting more and more difficult to give his pills to. So I think that's another thing that puts me in a bad mood. Like if I can't give him his pills and he runs late, and I start to get upset and worried, and it just like I had an episode tonight. I was trying to give him his 6 p.m. pills and it was not happening, and I was getting so frustrated. And I reached this point where I was like, I just don't even care anymore. Just so I can. And my daughter ended up coming to my rescue. She managed to get them in him, but it was his seizure pills. his seizure pill and his prednisone. It's not that he's completely lost his appetite. He will still eat, but it's that it's harder to get him to eat the things that I could sneak his pills in the past. And now he's getting real savvy about it, like real smart. And we'll chew around it, spit the pill out, or we'll just outright refuse to take whatever it is I'm offering him. It's so frustrating. Yeah, no, yeah, that's pretty awful. Oh, hi from Dublin, Ireland. You're from far away. Simon is from over there as well, from Ireland. And speaking of that part of the world, at some point after I see Spider-Man No Way Home, which, I realized when I bought the tickets, that is the day after Scooter's next chemo appointment. So I don't know how's he going to be. We'll just see. After every chemo appointment, I'm kind of walking on eggshells with him just because, I've got to watch out for is he going to feel bad? Is he going to throw up? He hasn't thrown up yet. But anyway, I bought tickets for the 16th. And so there's another content creator on what's another channel on YouTube. It's called Movie Burner Entertainment. And we've set up like we both agreed that we will each appear on one another's channel. So I believe I'll be going on their channel first after Spider-Man. We'll do like a review. I don't know if it's going to be a recorded review or a live stream. I can't remember. I thought it was a live stream. And then because we were picking like what movies do we want to collab and talk about. And so the next one, the one where I'll have them on my channel, is going to be, I believe it's going to be Morbius, because I'm really looking forward to Morbius. Really looking forward to that. Yeah, another Irish Simon. What's with all these? Oh, you know what, Simon? It didn't even sink in my brain that was another Simon. I'm telling you, I'm not with it, you guys. Oh, that's so cool. What is it with all these Irish Simons? I know, right? The anime Cowboy Bebop is one of. I know, I've heard, and I have never seen it. I know a lot of fans of Cowboy Bebop aren't so thrilled with the Netflix adaptation, but Colin is a fan of the original, the anime, and he enjoyed the series for the most part, especially when it started out. He liked it, and I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the Netflix version first, so that I don't go into it with an expectation that maybe I would have if I'd seen the anime first. So we'll see. You're from Alaska. So how is it this time of years? 202 degrees. Is it, what did I say? Did I say how is it this time of years or year? Oh God. How is it this time of year? I've seen movies that take place in Alaska. I think that movie Insomnia with Al Pacino takes place in Alaska, and I remember there were scenes that it was supposed to be 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and it was still daylight out. I love that, actually. I like that. You can just call me Jordan. Okay, Jordan. I'll try to remember that. What anime is your avatar from? I might not know the anime. My kids love anime, but I do watch some from time to time. Artura and I are currently watching, what's it called? Blade Runner. It's that new show that's coming on Toonami. Blade Runner Black Lotus or something like that. It's not an anime, it's like a 3D, a digital animation. So I changed my download by watching ridiculous movies like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Movies do help cheer me up. Movies and shows and watching other videos. I really do like to go on YouTube and watch different discussion videos. I don't always have the time to watch the whole thing, but it makes me feel like I'm connected. Because I have a job where I work from home. I'm connected with people, but mostly really online. And that's fine. I don't mind it because I'm actually pretty introverted when it comes to like real life face to face when it's a group of people. So I like online interaction. Plus, I don't have to go out and drive anywhere to do it. I can just stay home. One of the reasons why I love working from home. 2 hours I would swallow into a phone. That's funny. We're talking original Bebop. Well, I was talking about the Netflix one that I had started watching. And then, of course, the anime came up. I'm sorry, I'm getting behind on the comment. They haven't announced yet a second season, but it's set up for one, and I heard. Okay. All right. I'll tell you, one of the reasons, and I think I've mentioned this before, but one of the reasons that I never ended up watching Cowboy Bebop is because I knew how it ended, which seemed like a real bummer to me. So I go into it knowing what's going to happen. I don't like that. Sasuke? Sasuke. Jordan's easy. I'll just stick to. Goes all the way up to the Arctic Circle. Up there, the sun just doesn't rise in the winter. Oh. Well, so in the summer, is that when it's daylight for a long ass amount of time? I would guess, because you're tilted so far away then, right? I could live with daylight all the way up to like 9, 10. Well, here sometimes in the height of summer, it's like dusk, but you can still see pretty well at 9. I remember because I was on my way to pick up Arturo one day at work, and it was like 8:50 at the time that this particular thing happened, and it was still light outside, and it was 8:50, and I got in a car wreck. Someone pulled out in front of me, and it was not yet 9. It was almost 9, but not yet, and it was still light outside. Oh, sorry you didn't like it. Okay. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, I forgot you're live.
Yes, I am live streaming. What's up? Sorry, my son walked in. What's going on? You forgot?
Yeah.
You forgot? Okay. Walk back out.
Did he take his pill? Well.
Yes. I mixed it in. What did I mix it in? A little piece of chicken, and then with his ground up dog food, and then with the new canned food your dad got, which is kind of like gravy-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And he ate it just fine. Mm-hmm. So don't fall for those lamps. Literally just buy yourself a small bottle of vitamin D pill. Okay, well, I already take vitamin D, trash party. It doesn't seem to help during this time of year for that. So. Smitty Benzo says, I think it's great that you have subs of different nationalities and countries. I'm a Black American dude and love your channel. I think it's great too. It's pretty dang cool, honestly, to be on here and people will chime in and they'll be like, I'm from Australia, or yeah. I'm from. It's so cool.
Then we get people from Belgium, or
Belgium, and oh, by the way, there's a second Simon from Ireland that was in the chat. Yeah, that's 2 Simons.
Well, we gotta get him on board then.
Anyway, well, I'm glad you like my channel. Thank you, Smitty.
You should give them a heads up on what we're doing on Arctoelia/Sim's Corner.
What?
2000s podcast live stream.
Simon is chomping at the bit for us to get that 2000 one.
Yeah.
Did you see his comment?
No.
In the Discord server?
On my under my poll?
No. In the administration section.
Okay.
Which I think you have access to. Sorry.
And then
conversing with my son.
I think we should do a New Year's Eve or New Year's Day like live stream.
Just chat about movies and stuff.
Anything.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Arturo was thinking about doing a live stream chat on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. You guys might be out busy partying. We will not be partying. We don't really do that.
Have family coming
but
down.
If family comes in,
we could do it at night though.
We'll see. We'll just have to see. Honestly, it's really hard to plan far ahead, specifically for certain things sometimes.
Maybe Corey Michaels movie, but I don't know. It all depends on what's going on his end.
Yeah.
Just letting them know.
I know. We'll see. Oh my goodness. Hi from Taiwan. Jeez.
Taiwan. Oh, how is everything going over there?
Oh my gosh. I hope you're doing well. I was giving Audible as a gift and then completely forgot about it. And then when I remembered I even had it, I had so many free credits saved up, and that's what. Okay. You know what? don't let those free credits go to waste, because I heard they expire. Well, no, I know they expire, or the ones that I had expire. They last about a year, I think. So, yeah, you don't want to lose them because they're like gold. Yeah, Black Lotus. Does it say Arturo? No, he doesn't hear me. Does it say Blade Runner Black Lotus, or is it just called Black Lotus? I can't remember. Anyway, I like it so far. Yours is from Naruto. Okay. Naruto or Naruto? Yes, I know of that. I've never watched it, though. Insomnia was a Christopher Nolan film. I think so, but you know what? At the time, I didn't know that it was. Let me look it up real quick. And I believe it was a remake. Unless I'm confusing it with another film. Yes. Christopher Nolan. Yep. Oh, Simon answered it. Sorry, I'm behind. I'm behind on all these. Sorry. Have you watched Arcane on Netflix? No, I haven't, but it's been getting some buzz, so that might be going on my to watch list. I think it's in the top 10. I think it's number 2. I think Cowboy Bebop right now is number 1. Okay, Simon. You know, some people don't like I've run into some people who didn't want to watch Squid Game just because they felt like watching it would be kind of bandwagony, and I get that. I'm not crazy about bandwagons either, but sometimes I hear buzz about something, and then of course that makes me interested. I finished Squid Game and I liked it. I thought it was good. I was thinking about doing a review for it, but I haven't yet. I don't know. We'll see. Some of the episodes were quite moving, very powerful, and it really made you think too. Well, me anyway. I like how you laughed when you said, "Oh, did I? I didn't know, because I didn't. I don't think he just told me to call him Jordan." Arcane was so surprisingly phenomenal. It blew me away, both in artistic. Okay, all right, that's cool. It'll go on my to watch list. I haven't watched any reviews about it yet, but I've seen enough people talking about it that I got the feeling that it was probably pretty good. Forget everything else, just storyline is worth a watch. All right. In the Arctic Circle in summer, the sun followed the horizon in a circle rather than rising and setting. Always daylight. I think I could actually live with that. I could live with that. Yes, Arturo. Yeah, he walked in. He has a habit of doing this, either when I'm filming or when I'm live streaming or when I'm in the middle of a meeting or something. Oh, okay. I'm gonna message Arturo and tell him that you guys said hi. So give me a sec to pull up my Skype. Hold on. Okay. Always day seems awesome, but always cold. Yeah. I couldn't. I mean, the state where I live in, we have 4 actual seasons. We have a winter, a spring, a summer, and a fall, and you can tell the difference between them. So I like that, but I don't like winter. I could do without winter. So I was just wait. So, oh no, I don't think John's. Yeah, right, John Cena. Oh, jeez, that guy. Wimp. He was a sellout, I think. Blade Runner, Black Lotus. Okay. Have you been watching it, Simon? I think it's pretty good so far. Once you see the anime Bebop, you'll finally recognize my. Yeah, I know you've told me that that's him. That's such a wonky looking character. You know, I always think that he's a character from One Piece when I see your avatar. Just that's what I think, even though I know. Shame on Simon. He's just trying to be ornery. Okay. Oh. Yeah, you should, Joe. Isn't like what, 15 $15 a month or something. So I never signed up with it. I'm in the audiobook business. I never signed up with Audible. Squid Game was fun. Yeah, I know, right? You know, the South Koreans, they really know how to make good films, and they know how to tell good stories. They really do. Because okay, I was going to say, I don't think there's been one South Korean movie or show that I've seen that I didn't like. And I was like, okay, Old Boy. I wasn't crazy about the original. I liked the remake better. I know, that's blasphemy to some people. My first video I've seen of yours was Norm Macdonald reaction. Yeah, Norm Macdonald. Oh, poor Norm. That's still so okay. Okay, Colin. Arcane was exceptional. I had no idea what it was about before watching and enjoyed it quite a bit. And the episodes are short. Okay. I've heard of this show called Love and Robots or something like that. I heard that that was pretty popular at the time, and I think they came out with a second season. I never saw it. Oh goodness. Sorry. I'm trying to get my coffee's cooling down. I got to try to drink it before it gets too cold. So I have heard of League of Legends, but I don't know anything really about it. And so I didn't know that about Arcane. Stayed awake with. Well, that's not good. I'm getting in trouble. Ed's a she. Oh, that's a character named Ed? And it's a she? I can't tell. It's so tiny, I can't tell. And I'm telling you, it looks like a character from One Piece. Chris. I have a friend who's awaiting the date for her third and final interview with Pokemon. Never watched an episode, never played a single game, haven't even watched that Ryan Reynolds. That Ryan Reynolds movie was fun. And so was Free Guy. It was fun. It's only 11. Oh, that's. I thought. How was it only 11 for you? Do you have some? Did you have some sort of special code when you signed up? Because I thought it was about $15 a month. That's not bad. I mean, but I just stick with Chirp. 99 cents a book. Haven't been watching Black Lotus. You like binging? Oh, okay. I'm not sure what platform it's going to come out on. Honestly, I don't know. Because it's not your typical anime. So I don't know if it's going to be like a Funimation or Crunchyroll, or is it going to be Netflix, or is it going to be Amazon? No clue. Also avoided all Pokemon. Yeah, I have never gotten into Pokemon. How do you know someone who is interviewing Pokemon? Yeah, I don't know what he meant by that either. Interviewing Pokemon? Maybe it doesn't matter if you've never played the game. No, right? What exactly does that mean? Can't wait to see your thoughts on the Arnold Schwarzenegger sculpture video. I recommend it under your unbiased. Yes, I do have that still saved, and I haven't forgotten about it. And I'm sure I will really like it. I like almost all things Arnold. I mean, gosh, my freaking Terminator collection over here that I did a whole video about, all my Terminator DVDs, which are, hold on, 1, 2, 3, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Terminator related DVDs. There's a channel here on YouTube. Gosh, I can't remember. T2, some channel that is dedicated solely to Terminator 2 stuff. It's pretty cool. The Korean film about high schoolers in a school. Well, they're high schoolers. They would be in a school. But do you mean, are you talking about Battle Royale? I actually watched part of that movie. It's pretty good, but I would like to go and watch it from the beginning. Sounds like Simon knows some fancy Japanese person. Oh, she's a she. Okay. You live in Canada. Oh. Really? I thought here in the US it's like $15, $14.99 or something, 15. I don't know of any. Let me look them up real quick, because I don't recognize that name. Wait. What is he? Oh, he. Okay, I recognize Wizards. So did he do animation stuff? He's a director of animated and live action films. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen any of his stuff. 3D sculptor based out of Seattle, used to work. Oh, wow. That's cool. Interesting. Definitely don't need to play a game or know even a single fact about League of Legends to enjoy Arcane. Yeah. See, that's the thing I was a little worried about when I went to go see Dune. Though I had been given like a summary of it, and so because Simon had explained stuff to me and I had seen little summary videos, so I sort of knew what was going to be happening, and I was still a little worried when I went in to watch it, but in my opinion, the film does a really good job of just letting you know what's going on without you feeling lost. I didn't feel lost at all when I saw it. Yeah, Pokemon interview does make sense now for sure. Watch Battle, yeah. Oh, was that a 2000 one? I definitely want to see that. And you know what, Colin? Now that you said that, I think because actually today I was looking at I was reading a list of like X number of like the 25 best films you can watch online for free, and it had a link to where it was, and Battle Royale was on the list, and I remember that I'd been wanting to watch this movie forever, and it didn't even occur to my brain that, oh yeah, that's a 2000 film. Can watch it for in preparation for the discussion. Yes, I did. My brother posted something up. I think it was on Twitter. It was like something like R.I.P. Dave Draper, and I looked it up right away to find out what happened, and his Wikipedia entry had not been updated yet, and so I can't remember where I went then. Maybe Facebook, and I saw someone sharing a link to a person on Facebook that had announced his death. Don't know yet what he passed away from, but my brother has been telling me about several bodybuilders that are not old who have been dying, and he feels like it is related to the shot because of stuff that bodybuilders take that might interact with in a bad way with whatever the heck is in, whatever's in it. A lot of young athletes as well. Battery may not have the same impact these days. Yeah, I don't know. I maybe not. I feel like I'll enjoy it though. I think it'll be fun. Mainly wanted to tell you that you really need to check out Andy Weir's book Project Hail Mary. Might be a little bit biased because I'm a big fan of it. Oh, that's the guy that wrote The Martian. I still have not listened to The Martian yet. I have it. I just haven't listened to it. Oh, he did Artemis? Okay. Join your suit. Oh, well, thank you so much. I have written it down, Project Hail Mary, and I liked The Martian. My brother Tim listened to The Martian, I think, and he enjoyed the book. So I have a feeling I'll like it too. I didn't recognize his name at first when you brought him up, but I know who you're talking about now. 5 perfect movies. That is a good suggestion. I think Arturo also has a poll up on the Discord server asking about like different themes for live streams. And out of the options that he put up there, I chose the one about our favorite film characters. 5 perfect movies. Yeah. Probably 2 of mine, because that's how tightly connected they are. Good things about Project Hail Mary. Okay, cool. All right, I'm looking forward to listening to that because I just finished listening to a box set of books that I got for $1 on Chirp, and it was fun. It was like a little cozy mystery with witches and stuff. Yeah. Okay, cool. Andy, where's the egg? Okay. You voted for that? My only original work is not even published yet, so I don't even feel like I want to talk too much about it. Do you like Terminator 2 Director's Cut more than... Yes, I do. It was originally called the Director's Cut, and now as time has gone by, they call it the special... Hold on a second. I'll tell you. Oh, dang. Where the heck is my other one? Oh. This has got bigger writing, so I'm going to read from this instead of the Steelbook. They call it the... I thought they call it like the... crap, of course now I can't find what I'm looking for. Multiple versions of the film. Jeez. Well, sorry. I thought they call it like the special version and the special extended. There's also one called Ultimate, which I think Ultimate is the same as one of the others. Okay, hold on. I need to use a flashlight. It's called... Shoot. Nope. I was looking for what they specifically call it on the Steelbook. But I can't find it. Well, bummer. Yes, I do like that version. The one that includes the scene where they're taking the chip out of his head. I like that. There's other little stuff included in that version, like when the T2 goes out. I mean, the T2. When the T-1000 goes out and kills the dog. And also when he does stuff like maybe the scene. There's two different extended versions. One has that awful scene at the end with Linda Hamilton in old age makeup, but that also includes different little scenes throughout. Maybe that's the one where he goes into John's room and he's kind of like running his hands over things in John's room. That little tiny clip is either on the extended special or it's on the special. But anyway, whatever. There's different small little clips that I don't really care about in the director's cut as much as that one clip where they removed that one scene where they removed the chip in his head. I remember seeing a portion of that in the trailer when she was saying to him, you don't know what it's like to kill one of these things. And I go and I'm watching the movie and that never shows up. And I remember being kind of bummed because that scene looked pretty cool. You've already got your list. Okay. Oh, all the way from Argentina. Muy lejos. ¿Cómo estás? Is that the same egg that you two? I don't know if you're familiar with it. Okay, you guys are talking amongst yourselves. That's my brother. All right. Do you know what Matt said to me the other day, Tim? Oh my gosh. If you're still on. Okay, it's funny. It was pretty funny at the time, and we both started laughing. So we're watching Malignant. We're watching Malignant, and he's trying to guess what's up. And I was telling him, yeah, well, I was thinking such and such and da-da-da-da, whatever. So about a third of the way through the film, or maybe just before halfway through the film, he figures it out. And he says, this and this and this, it's this and this and this and this. And so I confirmed, that that's what it was. And then I told him, and he said something like, what? You mean you didn't figure it out by then? Because I told him I didn't really, all the things didn't click into place until the twist was revealed, because I had talked myself out of things like that because of other sort of like red herring type little things that they had thrown in there that threw me off the track, even though I had sort of thought for a little bit, but then talked myself out of it. And Matt was like, you didn't realize that until the end, until it was revealed. Man, you are so dumb. And the way he said it was so funny. You are dumb. He was totally not being serious. He was completely joking. For anybody who doesn't know my brothers and me, how we interact, it was funny. Tim, okay, hold on. Getting back to this, we talked about this before. I'm willing to hand it over to you if you want to take it and finish it up, honestly, because I've lost the drive to go through it and fix it. It needs more revisions, but I've kind of lost that internal fire, to do it. I have more energy and passion for my YouTube channel and talking about movies and other stories than actually officially finishing mine. So I don't mind handing it over to you, Tim, if you're still here. We did talk about this. Like I said, I don't mind handing it over to you. Now, I will still put my pen name on it, like we can have both of our names, right? Because you did help me edit it, just like I helped you edit your 2 books. So, okay, sorry. Sibling talk going on, you guys. Must keep the special sauce secret for my... I've talked a little bit about my book, but not a whole lot. A few different cuts of T2. I don't think there's as many as Blade Runner. I've heard Blade Runner has a lot. I don't think there's quite as many. Show some... Thank you. That's very sweet of you. I used to initially, a long time ago, would, throw out the like and subscribe and comment. I don't really do. It just doesn't feel natural to me. It just doesn't. I can't. It just feels. It's like puh, puh, puh. It just doesn't. Don't like the taste of it on my tongue when I say it. So I just don't. Yes, I do. Hold on. I'll show you. Where the heck did the other one go? Hold on. Oh crap. Sorry, I had it right here. And now it's gone. Did I drop it? Okay, yes, I do. There's this one, the Steelbook, but there's also the other one that came out like 2017. It's the exact same thing, you guys. The disc artwork is different. Obviously, the Steelbook, but like I showed in the other video, but it's the same. So as far as the 4K, I haven't seen that version of it, so I have no clue. I couldn't tell you. I don't have a 4K player. I don't have a 4K TV. I don't care about 4K. So I don't know about the transfer. This 4K disc will probably never be used. I just have a feeling. Oh, there it is. This is this one. These two are the same. It's just one's a Steelbook. It has different artwork. So, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Sorry. If anybody has a 4K version and is able to watch it, let us know what it's like. I was watching Cut of T2 the other day with one scene I never remembered. Was Sarah having a dream about Kyle Reese? Well, oh yeah, that scene too. I remember when they were filming this movie, I remember reading in like a magazine or something, and they were showing or they were talking about Michael Biehn filming a scene. And then when I went to watch it, it was not in the theatrical version. And I remember I was kind of bummed about that too. So there were 2 things that I remember knowing very clearly that did not show up. Something like that. Yeah, it's not the theatrical. You can see Matt saying that. Yes, it was pretty funny. We both laughed quite hard about it because it was just the way he said it was so, I don't know, just it tickled me. And so we giggled about it for a while. You'll take it? Okay. So whenever you start to work on it and you finish revising it, I've got the files here saved somewhere in the writing folder. I think it's in the story box. The story box I think that's the name of the program. I'll need to extract the files, put them in like a regular document format. The scene was cool, but I can see what. Yeah. Yeah, but it part of me wishes they'd kept that one in there, especially the Chip one, but also the one with Kyle. But I guess they felt like they didn't really need to, because later in the movie they show a very similar dream sequence where she goes out in the playground and she sees oh well, natural, I guess. Cool, I don't know. But yeah, that's just, just like to talk. I'm not polished and professional like so many others. About the whole asking for licensed subscribers, I'll just say something my grandfather, if you have to ask for it, that's a good thing to think about. I get why people do it, you guys. Honestly, YouTubers are told many times you have to remind people. If you don't remind people, they're not going to do it. But I've never needed to be reminded to subscribe to somebody I want to subscribe to. If I like their videos, I sub. You don't need to ask me. So honestly, I don't really know how well that tactic works as far as actually getting people to subscribe. I'm not sure. I don't know. That T2 Steelbook is, you just want to chill. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was a little bummed to find out it was actually the same thing as what I already had, and I was kicking myself because, yeah, it's kind of cool. So, like, I think here in his eyes, I think that's John, and I think that's Sarah. So, yeah, it's pretty neat. My brother Matt really likes the endoskeleton design. So, oh, but like I said in my video, this one I could take out easily. This one here, the one in the back, was extreme. This was the one that had, the Blu-ray was originally back here. And it was really hard I was afraid I was going to break it. And I was getting really upset because I couldn't take it out. And so then when I did manage to take it out, I put the 4K back there. Because like I said, I'll probably never use the 4K. I just, no immediate plans at all for a 4K. Just right. I like the cut where the T1000 starts having glitches after having been, yeah, and they cut the, okay, hold on. I think in the theatrical version, maybe they kept one or two. Because I've seen the special version, so the special version or whatever, so many times that I forget what was in the theater. I forget some of the scenes that were in the theatrical. So I think the scene where he trapped Arnold in the gear thing, where his arm was trapped, and then the T1000 kind of looks up and you see this flicker across his face. I think that was kept in the theatrical. And then I thought maybe another part that was kept in the theatrical, but I might be completely wrong about that, was when there's the two Sarahs and John can tell who's the fake Sarah by looking down at her feet. And you can see the feet have kind of melded with the floor a little bit. But I want to say that part wasn't in there. I might be completely wrong. Oh, it's been so long since I've seen the theatrical. Oh, well, the theatrical only version when it plays on like Pluto TV or something. I always watch that. But yeah, those were cool scenes. Oh, speaking of the T1000, Timothy, I don't think you responded to that screenshot I sent you of Robert Patrick when he liked some of my tweets. Matt saw it. He had to actually click open the picture and he saw it. He started laughing. He thought that was pretty funny, but you never responded. So I don't know if you saw that or not. It was kind of cool. Oh, well, thank you. I tend to prefer director's cuts. Yeah, I don't care either. Honestly, I could watch 4 hours of Terminator 2. Never get tired. I love that movie. Yeah. Yes, that's exactly right. That's there were also some other scenes she was in, which you probably know, the scene where the two Sarahs show up. And also she was in the scene where when Sarah walks out into, and she's having that dream and she walks out into the playground area, and young Sarah, waitress Sarah, is playing with baby John. The young waitress Sarah, I think when they're not close up on her face, but like young waitress Sarah, when you see her from a distance, that is also Leslie. And the little baby John is Linda Hamilton's son, Dalton. He was so cute. He was so cute when he was little. Didn't you just push the middle tab to? No, you're supposed to. It won't pop out. It wouldn't come out by pushing the middle tab. So what I had to do was, I don't even know how much I want to try this. So this one comes out really easy, but this one, you can't push it. See, this one you can push. This one, there's no give. So you can try to grab it like, sorry, I'm trying to show you guys. You can try to grab it like here, and it doesn't want to come. So I think I was using, like, I'm trying to show you, both of my fingers and pushing here. It was very difficult. And Matt told me when he was watching me trying to remove it, that he actually broke a disc one time trying to get it out because it was so tight. So yeah, I felt like that was a terrible design. I would have preferred if they had something like a holder on each door, like some DVDs or Blu-rays have, you know, like a separate holder on the two doors. Oh, sorry, I missed a 17. I didn't even notice how many likes because I'm not even on YouTube. I'm looking at this through StreamYard. Event Horizon Director's Cut. They haven't come out with one of those, have they? Because that footage got lost. Something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Right, what's a disc? Yeah, it was pretty bad. I was not happy with that. And I mentioned that in the video. I thought that was awful. Pretty dang bad. I would be so scared to break the disc, I wouldn't even try. I just kept at it little by little, and I would pull up on the edges, and if I felt like it was reaching a point where if I pulled it too far, you know, too much further, that it would snap, I'd, you know, back off, and I kind of move it around and try a little bit. It took me at least 5 or 10 minutes to get the stupid thing out. It was frustrating. Putting it in there for Christmas tunes. Pentatonics Christmas are the best. Pentatonics. I think I've heard some of their stuff before. My mom has shared it with me, I think. Event Horizon footage was lost for a long time. Yeah, right. That's a shame. Yeah. I heard about, I read about that when I was reacting to the movie. So anyway, just found out that Novos have closed their doors. I was going to ask if you'd ever seen their Terminator merch, like the life-size T800. No. Honestly, I have never heard of that company. So no, I haven't. Have you seen Joseph Vena pose on Insta? Oh, you know, I've seen people call Joseph Vena like he looks like Arnold's double. I don't think so. I don't see it. Maybe physique-wise because he's into bodybuilding like his dad, but I don't see it at all really in his face. Okay, he's got, maybe it's his wide mouth. Maybe? Because Arnold has a very pronounced, you know, well, he's got his face is very pronounced anyway, very like all these structures, his cheekbones, his jawline, and everything. Got the mouth. Maybe I can see it a bit in the mouth area, but not a whole lot. I also saw that he's getting into movies, so I guess we'll see. I feel kind of bad for that kid, honestly, because I heard that Arnold's kids with Maria weren't very, or at least the daughters, they weren't very accepting. Now, this might just be complete rumor because it was just, you know, I don't know. But I had heard that they weren't very accepting of him, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault. So it's kind of sad. They did find some of the footage in a salt mine. Right, really? Did they really? In a salt mine? What? Okay, maybe he should go and like reshoot it or something. My alarm goes off at 5:30 in the morning for work, so it's time for me to be a responsible adult and go to sleep. You're going to be responsible, like how they were talking in Shang-Chi. They need to be responsible, and then it would show them singing karaoke at a bar or something. Wow, you get up early in the morning. I don't envy you at all. That is not a fun time to be getting up. Not for me anyway. Well, glad you could join us, and I hope you have a good day tomorrow. I worked in the service industry for too long to appreciate Christmas music. Oh, I used to like Mannheim Steamrollers Christmas Christmas music. Post a link in the Discord. Okay, gracias. Took me 5 or 6 minutes to get it. That's what you. What? I don't know if that's a double meaning. I wanted to ask if you've ever watched the deep fake. I have not, but it's in my to watch list because I saw it. I've done some deep fake reactions before. One was to where they put Linda Carter's face on Gal Gadot's face in Wonder Woman, and also it was a deep fake. It was something about deep fakes that my coworker Justin Thomas James had recommended to me. Oh, I can't remember the name of it now. And they were deep faking as Julia Andrews and Donald Trump. And it was fascinating. It was very interesting. Scary, but interesting at the same time. The Event Horizon itself. Okay. Oh my gosh. Joey Diaz. Okay. I'm going to just start. I'm just going to like, every time you mention it, I'm just going to like put it on hold even more. No, I'm teasing. Honestly, I'm not intentionally not doing it because you've been asking. It's just, I've explained before. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll be in the mood to watch him telling a raunchy story like that, but I'm typically not, so I don't know. I can't make any promises, but it is still on my list. I haven't removed it. I found somebody. Really? Are you playing with me? Is that for real? Yeah, I used to listen to them a lot, especially in high school. I used to like the dun, 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 dun. I think it was O King Wenceslas. I think that's the name of the song. I really liked their version of that. I thought it was cool. Have you seen Arnold? No, I have not. But that's in my list because that was mentioned. It was either mentioned to me or I saw it in passing on YouTube. It's so hard to have a. Okay, I can be. That's exactly what my family tells me sometimes. I can be hard-headed. I can be, but I can also change my mind. So I'm not so hard-headed that I don't change my mind, but I can be. He's the only. Yeah. Was that you that just told me that again the other day, or was that Matt? Somebody mentioned that. Maybe it was you. Only actor to be killed by a Terminator, a Predator. Oh, and then I mentioned that he was almost killed by a spy. I think that was you. We were talking, right? On the phone. Sometimes I get you and Matt mixed up with our conversations. Oh. Oh, geez. I don't envy you. Holy cow. It about kills me when I have to get up at 7:30 in the morning to take Scooter to his chemo appointment. That's rough. It was rough to work overnight shifts, too. That was rough. But it's okay. It's okay. That study is done now. It came along at a good time because it gave me some extra income that was definitely needed because Scooter's vet bills are insane. And I didn't even choose the most expensive treatment option. Yeah. Anyway, so I was trying to remember before I hit the go live button. I was trying to remember things that I've watched recently that I wanted to suggest. There's Squid Game. I already talked about that. I've been watching Dexter. And what else? I felt like there was something else I was watching. Shoot. Can't remember now. I'm going to go see a movie tomorrow. It's like a secret movie that the movie theater that I go to does every month. It's like a $5. You pay $5 for the ticket. You go in, you don't know what you're going to see. The last time I did that was in October. By the time I went to go see it, I knew what it was going to be. It was going to be Halloween 3. It had been a while since I'd seen it, so I decided to keep my ticket and went to go see it and did a review for it. And I have a new appreciation for that film. Tomorrow, they listed it as a, what did they list it? A fantasy, comedy, drama or something. But it sounds to me like it's more like a horror based on the clues and the runtime, because you know what the runtime is. Based on the clues, I think it's going to be the movie Krampus, which I saw in passing a while back, a few years ago, but I don't remember anything about it. So maybe I'll go check it out. I mean, maybe I'll go check it out. I am going to go check it out. Maybe I'll do a review if I like it enough. We'll see. Yeah, I've only seen Weird Science once, I think. I completely forgot that he was in that. No, it wasn't Yellow Jackets, but that actually looks pretty cool. Have you seen that yet? It looks good. Is that that's on Netflix, right? I think it's Netflix. I'm getting my streaming services mixed up, y'all. Yes, I did. That was a fun film. And Matt started watching it when he was here, but I don't think he finished it because he went to bed before it was done. And if he watched it again the next day, it was before I came over to join the family. So yeah, that was a good film. I was going to do a review of that, and then I never did. I have all these plans for reviews. I'm still working on the comparison review I want to do for The Guilty, the one with Jake Gyllenhaal, and also the Swedish version. Still want to do that. Tom Atkins, yeah. I have seen Night of the Creeps in passing. I don't remember much about it. Heard good things about it. Okay, so I gotta look up what platform. What platform? Jeez, that was really southern. What platform? Oh, it's Showtime. Okay. So I saw it when I was watching Dexter. Like, it shows up in the list. So yes, it was. It was actually surprisingly good. I mean, I kind of felt like I would enjoy it, but when I watched it, it was pretty fun. Still thinking about me. Right? Yes, I am. I want to watch it again, but I want to watch it with somebody who hasn't seen it yet. And none of my brothers are here with me right now, so can't watch that together. Oh, have you been to, do you have a Cinemark in your area? Because I know you said you went to you went to the AMC when you saw the screening of or the advanced screening of Last Night in Soho, which I've seen that movie now 3 times. I love that film. It's so good. I talked my brother Matt into seeing it because he wanted to see some stuff when he was down, and he was like, what good movies are there? And so I told him, I was thinking of things I'd recently seen, and I mentioned Last Night in Soho, and I described it as like a ghost mystery because that was the best way I could think to describe it. And he's like, oh, I'm not really crazy about ghost stories, but I was like, it's not your typical ghost story. It's like a little bit of a twist to it. And so then he watched it and he said it was really good. He liked it. And then my daughter was sitting in the room also at the same time, and she was playing on her game, but she also was like, had one eye on it. And she told me later, I actually liked that movie. It was pretty good. So, yeah, the secret movies are cool. I don't always go, like, usually when they list something as a comedy, I'm like, nah, I'm not interested. I'm not super into comedy. but what got me kind of interested in the one that they're playing tomorrow is it listed it as like fantasy. And then when I went to their Facebook page, they'll leave clues. And then the closer they get to the release date or the date that they're going to screen it, they give more clues. And so people can figure it out. And when I saw it was, fantasy, and then I saw it was Krampus, and Krampus is like a horror. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to go check it out. Bring him up again. Have you seen Bill Paxton? Yes, I have. I've seen that movie once all the way through. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was good. First episode of Yellow Jackets. Okay. That show has been getting some buzz. So I might check that out when I'm done with Dexter. Sometimes I have like this really organized plan. Like I'm going to watch an episode of X one night, an episode of Y the other night, an episode of the... But then sometimes that all falls to pieces and I get off track. I've got the Chucky TV show. I've heard that's actually really good. And by the way, it got renewed. Before I think the season finale comes. Does that come on tonight? And where is the Chucky show? My coffee's cold now, y'all, but I still want to finish it. Chucky show series. Oh, it's on Sci-Fi? Okay. Yes, exactly. 5 perfect movie stream at some point. Simon has all these cool ideas. Yeah. So make your list, D, because you're invited. I was watching Bosch. Wait, what? Yeah. But that's not, I don't think that's where I saw. Sorry, Tim. We might be having our wires crossed. What are you referring to? Or I might be having my wires crossed, which is entirely possible. Good movie. Twister's fun. Yeah. Arturo hasn't watched it yet. He's petrified of tornadoes. Every time we have a thunderstorm, he wants to haul all his stuff to the basement because he's for sure we're going to get hit by a tornado. Season finale was the 3rd. Oh, Sci-Fi and USA. Okay. I think I'll check. I'm going to write that down to remind myself. And Yellow Jackets. It's a good idea. Yellow Jackets and Chucky. Or Child's Play. RoboCop, perfect movie. A lot of people like RoboCop. I like it okay. I've never really been super in love with it, surprisingly. Great, D. Whenever we figure it out, we'll let you know. We still don't even know when we're going to do our 2000s. But I talked to Arturo about it because I saw what you said, Simon. And I was mentioning that to Arturo. I think you were still around. I think you were in the chat when I was mentioning it to Arturo. So we'll try to get that done before the month is over. It's only December 1st, so you can watch it. Right. Yeah. Yeah, and I think I saw it because I was watching Dexter, not Bosch. Bosch is on Amazon Prime. And I've seen Yellow Jackets through the Showtime. I've tried to log straight into Showtime and then log in through, like, do the connection with Hulu, but it would always give me an error. So I can only go to Showtime through the Hulu app. So, hey Ted, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Are you doing video on movie? Yes, we are. We are, Storm Shadow. We were just talking about that not long ago. Simon is chomping at the bit. He's dropping all these little hints with turd emojis. That's what it looked like anyway. He wants us to do it. Are you going to watch The Matrix 4? I don't know. I've seen the trailers for it. I've never seen the movie 2 and 3. I started watching 2, lost interest, and didn't finish. I've seen the trailers for this next one, and he just looks like John Wick to me. So I don't know. I've never been a humongous Matrix fan. I like the film. I like the first film, but I'm not super, super into it. So yes, I'm in said. You have to let me know what you think once you see Yellow Jackets. Are you going to do a review for it? Because I'll watch your review if you do. You're really good about, you don't leave spoilers or anything, so, or you haven't yet in the reviews that I've seen. So if you do a review, I will check it out. I like your reviews, Dee. My brother Tim and I were talking about you the other day, too, because he said he liked you. They said you were funny, and I told him about your Halloween review. So I forgot to link it to him. Everybody go check out Dee's Halloween Kills review on his channel. It's pretty funny. Let me see if it will let me link your channel so people can go check it out. Hold on. D Movie Man. Of course, you can always click on his. You can click on his name and that'll bring it up. But here, I'll link it in the chat. Hopefully, it'll let me. YouTube is a little weird about. Okay, hopefully you can see that. I see you. I see you, Javier. I'll get to your comment, but I saw you. It's crazy to me they haven't announced Matrix 4 being in 3D. I don't think they're even selling advanced tickets yet. But they almost always offer films in 3D, so I'd be a little surprised if it's not. Yes, you absolutely would, Simon. What do I think should happen with the Predator series? I think they should kill it. Oh, that's cold coffee. It's nasty. Ugh. But I still want to finish it. No, I don't. That's gross. Yeah, I've not really been thrilled with the Predator movies that came after the first one. Really? I heard that, well, those two movies aren't so great. And when does the 15 minutes action scene start? Because I did start to watch the second Matrix, but I think I stopped at some point after it showed Neo and the girl they were getting it on. At some point after that, I stopped. But they were like in this, I don't know, wherever like the rebels or whatever were hiding out, like their little headquarters or whatever place. Okay. Night, Chris. Thanks for popping in. It was good to talk to you again. Matrix series getting the shaft. Okay, so this is Javier. This is my daughter Aurelia's very serious boyfriend, probably future husband, we're thinking. So he was passing by to say hi. Javier is de Puerto Rico, and he and my daughter have known each other for many years, and they get along very well. They're best friends with each other. He's a great guy. So thank you, Javier, for stopping by. Terminator versus Predator. Oh, please. I like the Predator movie. The Predator's a cool antagonist. But if that's like Terminator versus, as in like the Terminator versus the actual Predator, or if it's movie versus movie, Terminator for me would always win. But it'd be kind of funny if they did make like a Terminator versus Predator. Who would win? Probably the Predator. The Predator could just blow the Terminator to pieces with his little laser gun thing on his shoulder. Quantum leap, but with the Predator. He desperately wants to kill everyone, but has to right wrongs if he ever wants to get home. Some war movies, it all depends on the war movie. I still have not watched Saving Private Ryan, even though I've heard so much about it. But there's a war movie I saw within the past few years that I loved so much. I saw it about 3 or 4 times on the big screen, and at least once again after, and that was the movie 1917. That movie was amazing. And I didn't think I would like it as much as I did. I really didn't, because I knew the way it was supposed to have been shot, like, you know, continuous take look. And I'm not a huge fan of the continuous take shots. I like the more traditional form of movie making. But when I went to go see it, I was just blown away. It was so, so good. So that's one of my favorite war movies. Wait, I forgot he was in there, Tim. Wow, it's been a while since I've seen Edge of Tomorrow. That was a fun movie. Jackson scene is the middle of the movie. Okay, is that the one where she hurt herself? She like broke her back or her neck or something. You look like you had fun making it. I was laughing so hard when I was watching it. It was so good. Oh gosh. You know what I heard, Dee? I heard something I'm not happy about. Let me see if I can remember to paraphrase it the way I saw it. It was something about the working title of Halloween Ends teases Cult of Thorin or whatever that stupid cult name was for the other Halloween movies. It's teasing that or like hints that it might be related to that. I hope that's not the case. I thought he was going to go somewhere different with this franchise. If he goes there, I mean, I'm already really disappointed with what he did with, in Kills. If he really goes there with Ends, that's going to suck so bad. I'm going to be really mad at him. I'm already a little mad at him. Then I'll be really mad at him if he really goes there. Oh gosh. It's like, why that's already been done and it was dumb. Please don't go there again. Oh geez, sounds like they might go there again. Yeah, I know people weren't super happy with that. The Polar Express for the first time. That was a cute movie. I've only seen it once, and we saw it. My mom and I took my kids to go see it. It was on IMAX theater, 3D, and I got nauseated watching it. It was the scene with the ticket fluttering through the wind and the camera work. I felt like I was going to throw up. My son, Arturo, at the time, he was very, very sensitive to motion sickness. We found out that a lot of times dyslexics can have a problem with motion sickness, which he's dyslexic, and he would almost always get really, really sick in the car. He never would throw up, but he always felt like and every time we go out in public, he felt like he had to have a water bottle so he could sip some water. But anyway, yeah, I think it was Polar Express. Pretty sure it was Polar Express. He got sick to his stomach, and we had to go out for a little bit to kind of get things under control. So that's what I think about when I think of the Polar Express. Last Predator's film was so bad it almost gave me eyes. I was done when the guy with Tourette's gives you. Ew. I saw that. I had that film playing when I was working, and so I saw bits and pieces of it, but not enough to remember everything. I just remember it was cringy. And I remember the dude from Logan was in it, and the girl from one of the X-Men movies. No, I haven't seen. No. No, I am absolutely not a communist. I can't stand communism. I hate it. So definitely not that. I just haven't seen it because I knew how it ended. And for some reason, I just have never really been drawn to that movie. But I know a lot of people really, really like it. I thought it was you. Maybe it was somebody else that was telling me about how she filmed those movies, because did they film those movies back to back, that she had hurt her neck or her back working on that. Okay, yes, so you're just talking about the motorcycles. I'm looking for confirmation now as to whether she hurt herself. Bill Paxton was so good in Edge of Tomorrow. I completely forgot he was in there. Completely. Man, what a loss. That was such a shocker when he passed. Really terrible. The weapons fight with Neo intercut with the chase is like, okay, maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I'll try to hunt it down and see if I can check it out before. I don't know if I'll go see it in the movie theater. Maybe. Oh. See, no, I haven't seen Wizards. You're talking about the animated one? I haven't seen that, no. Oh, no. Oh. Maybe that's just like a little bit of homage to that whole storyline and not an actual hint of bad things to come. Please not. Jeez. All the most successful capitalists are communists. I don't know. I don't know about that. Can you give me an example? Maybe because they like to bastardize capitalism by turning it into crony capitalism. And we see what's happening with big tech and censorship. I mentioned she filmed her drives herself and was worried about dying, but I don't remember. I could swear somebody said something about her hurting herself. Okay, I'm going to have to look this up now, y'all. That's going to bug me. I thought I could have sworn somebody mentioned it on like a live stream or something. Unless it's something I completely made up in my brain, or maybe something that somebody said and they were just inaccurate. I thought for sure somebody was talking about how she filmed this and she had like a messed up neck, because I remember reacting to it, like reacting to that comment. If you like 1917, I recommend Generation War, a war film on German perspective. Generally want to know what you think. Been looking for any war movie that can surpass that for years, but haven't succeeded. I've never heard of Generation War. That sounds like something my son would be interested in. He is obsessed with World War II history. Generation. Okay. I will look into that and see. No, I haven't. That sounds a little familiar to me. Like maybe I've seen it in passing on, like maybe it's been playing on Pluto TV or something. Who else is in that? Hold on. No, I haven't seen it. It's got really high reviews though. Wow. Oh, see, those aren't real capitalists. Those are crony capitalists. They bastardize actual free market capitalism. I don't like crony capitalists. Thin Red Line. Yeah, we talked about that, and Arturo thought about watching that. We never got around to it for whatever discussion year. And I forgot about that until you brought it up again. More cerebral than that. Yeah, we were talking about that. That's right, because Simon, Simon. Drink some coffee. Yeah, I would give you my cold coffee, but cold coffee's nasty, so I thought I could actually finish it, but no, I couldn't. It was gross. So I'm trying to think of movies and shows to throw out there to talk about. Anything like a hidden gem that I've found. I've mentioned this before. It's called The Clove Hitch Killer. I couldn't tell you now what platform it's on, but I'm still really impressed with that film. I thought it was very well done. It's very simple, not a lot of crazy action going on, but the premise was interesting, and I thought the building up of suspense and just kind of dread and just like, ugh, like what's going to happen? Oh, scared the crap out of me. Oh, it's Tim. Hold on a second. It's Tim. Oh, okay. He says drop signal, but I also have to go to the store real quick and grab some dog food. Okay. All right. Sorry that your signal dropped, Tim. Thanks for popping in though. Love you. Miss you. Okay. Hold on. What was that? Oh yeah, Clove Hitch Killer. That has Dermot Mulroney and Charlie Plummer. I've seen him before. And Samantha Mathis. And where is it available? I would link it, but I don't think YouTube will let me link this because it's an external. Maybe I can look for a trailer. Hold on YouTube. Anyway, I don't know. I was so impressed with it. I was like, I have to do a review. Trailer. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going to link the trailer if you guys are interested to check it out. Hey, maybe you haven't been keeping up on garbage. Simon really doesn't like that movie, does he? He really doesn't. Tell us how you really feel, Simon. You know what, Colin? Yes, they are. Okay. I have well, she's passed now, but I had a great aunt who was into coffee enemas. Okay. Yes, I think, isn't that the one with Kiefer? Hold on, let me look. Yeah, that's the one. Wait. Yeah, that's the one with Kiefer, Jennifer Connelly. I watched that movie once, and I wasn't super impressed with it at the time. Now, maybe if I see it again, I would like it a little bit. Sometimes my opinions about movies will change, especially if I originally saw it years and years ago and my initial impression was blah, but then I rewatch it and then maybe I'll like it again. So maybe. I just remember, I think part of the reason I wasn't super crazy about it is just because it was so oppressively dark. And I'm not always into films like that. So anyway, if you guys don't see, if YouTube removes the trailer links that I posted up, which I kind of feel like they won't because it's YouTube links, let me know if you don't see it. But anyway, those are for the Clove Hitch Killer. Oh, it's pretty good film. What else? Yeah, I think I'll try to pick up with another episode of Dexter tonight. I don't have to get up early tomorrow. I had to think about that. No, I don't have to get up early tomorrow. And I've got Yellow Jackets written down, and then, of course, there's Chucky. Oh, so many things to watch, you guys, and so little time. Work has been really busy, so I've been kind of stressed about that a little bit. I mean, I love my job, but sometimes it's like there's a lot, and I get a little stressed. But I don't always have the time that I would like to dedicate to watching stuff because, you know, this is a hobby of mine. And I haven't been able to make as many videos as I wanted to, especially like Thanksgiving week, and my brother was here, so I wanted to spend time with him. And then I was in a mood, and I think the last thing I actually filmed was the Terminator stuff. I have at least 2 other comedy reaction videos that I just haven't edited yet because I've been busy with work, and then maybe I had to get up early the next morning, so I had to go to bed early, so I didn't have the energy to edit. And then I have several reactions to episodes in movies that I have not finished editing because those take forever to edit, you guys. And then a lot of times when you put all this effort into editing and trying to cut out a lot of stuff, because, you know, you're limited as to what you can show and these types of things, and you upload it, it's blocked immediately. I did a reaction video to the first Dexter, the episode of Dexter, this latest. And as soon as I uploaded it, it got blocked. Then it was carried all the way to counter notification. And now Viacom CBS is contacting me because they want me to take it down. So I re-edited it. And supposed to talk with them at some point tomorrow. when I uploaded the re-edited version, it did not get flagged. So I feel like I've taken out sufficient amount of footage, but I did a crap ton of talking in there. So it was really not a huge amount of footage that I showed. And when that happened, I'm like, I'm not going to do any more reactions of Dexter. Maybe I'll just do a review when it's all done. I haven't had time to do reviews of each episode, so I just haven't done that. I would like to do that though with the Witcher. Hopefully that'll be. Yeah, Bebop. Right. But I have started watching that already. So that's on my carousel. You enjoyed the reboot. Yes, it was universally reviled for good reason. It was awful. It was almost like Game of Thrones worthy awful. It was terrible. I feel like Dexter seasons 1 through 6 are really good, and I could just stop it and not watch anymore after that. 7 starts to falter, and then 8 started off pretty decently, and then it just crashed and burned. I'm liking the reboot because it's picking up about 10 years later, and my brother Tim wasn't super thrilled with it because he feels like the spark isn't there, the same spark is not there. But I mean, it's been 10 years, at least 10 years, and Dexter hasn't killed for 10 years. He's making some dumbass mistakes because he hasn't killed for a while, right? And I'm liking it okay. I'm curious to see where it's going to go. So I'm not completely hating it like I was the last season of Dexter. So I guess we'll see. I think it's episode 4 is the latest one. Yeah. And how many episodes are there going to be in total? 8 or 10? I don't remember. But I mean, I'm not hating it. I'm not super in love with it, but I'm not hating it either. So. Aw, that's too bad. That means you don't love your job, really. Thought about hiring an editor. Yeah. Especially for like the movie reactions. You know what? I've thought about it, but I don't really make like a lot on here, really. I am monetized. There's a little bit of income that comes in. All of that goes into, I put all of that in like a separate account. I don't use that for personal stuff. I use that for anything related to the channel. I don't know how much an editor would cost. I feel like hiring an editor would pretty much eat up everything and more. So at this point, I don't feel like, maybe if I was making like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds a month, maybe it would be worth it. But at this point, not right now. And I probably will never get to that level that I'll probably never reach like a Natalie Gold level or, India. I think, what's her name? India. Shoot, I can't remember. She has 2 channels. She does like she's been looking into, or maybe she's got an editor. I don't know that I'll ever reach that level. Maybe because my channel is kind of eclectic. I kind of do a mixture of a bunch of different things. I'm not really hyper focused on one specific thing. So anyway, but it's still fun, and I'll continue to do it as long as it's fun. And hopefully it's a nice outlet, because I just love to gab about stories and movies, and this has been the perfect place to do that, because I can't necessarily do that in my offline life too much because I'm just here at home. Not many people to talk to. My brothers, yeah, I talk to them often, but still, it's like I like to talk to different people about different things like that are interesting to me. I don't think I've seen a Mega Man all the way through, but I've seen I Am Legend several times. It's not really a movie I feel like I would like to watch again. That scene with the dog made me really sad, especially because we used to have German Shepherd. The last German Shepherd we had, she was an excellent dog, Ebony. And so that scene always makes me sad. But since I haven't seen Charlton Heston in a Mega Man, I don't think I can really compare it. But now there was the one with Vincent Price, Last Man on Earth. I think both of those are remakes of that original one, I believe. if I had to compare Will Smith with Vincent Price, probably the Will Smith version I like more because it's more modern and everything, but still it's kind of, in some ways it feels a little lackluster. So I don't know. Neither one of them are really like my favorite or anything. Alien. I don't think I've seen that one. Hold on. Is that the first hold on. I gotta remind myself. I get that mixed up with Prometheus. Okay. Prometheus was the one that came first. I have not seen Alien Covenant. Let me check out the audience reviews. So it's got like 6.4 on IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes. Ooh, the critics were kinder to it than the audience. Same thing on Metacritic. Oh. But I heard it was better than Prometheus. Let me check out Prometheus. Hold on. Wow, okay. Prometheus has higher. It's got a 7 on IMDb. And the audience. Hold on. Shoot. Okay. The audience score for Prometheus is higher than for Covenant. Same thing on Metacritic. So I've been meaning to watch it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Alien flute solo. What? What? Did it really a Mega Man? Okay. You didn't. Okay, Colin. Aliens is the best. See, I like the first Alien better than Aliens. I know a lot of people feel like the second Aliens, or Aliens with James Cameron is the best one, but I prefer the original. Surprisingly, because I like James Cameron movies in general, not Titanic, not Avatar, but yeah, Aliens just, I mean, it's okay. I've seen it twice all the way through. The second time was just a few years ago. And I remember when I rewatched it, I remember thinking that probably I would like it more this second. Not that I don't dislike it. I'm just not in love with it. But then when I rewatched it, I was like, I think I like the first one more. Because the first one was more horror, which I liked. So that the second one was more action adventure. And it's okay. It's not bad. But they're both Alien films, so comparing the two, the first one is my preference. Wasn't bowled over by Prometheus, especially with dumb characters, but I was excited to see where it was going after the ending. Alien Cup. Oh, that's too bad. Okay. Well, shoot. Prometheus was the one where the girl. This is the one where the girl, Nomi, whatever her name is, the Swedish girl. Isn't that the one where she climbed into that, like that medical thing, the medical chamber bed or whatever, and she had this machine do a C-section on her, right? I remember feeling her pain because I've had a C-section. They are not fun. But I also remember, boy, remember noticing she seemed to recover pretty quickly from that thing. I mean, she was in pain, obviously, but she was quite mobile. Maybe the advanced medical technology made it to where she wasn't walking like a cripple for like immediately afterwards, because she was moving around pretty well for someone that just had a C-section. No, I haven't. I've never even heard of that. Put it down. Is that an animation? Sounds like animation then. Have you seen any silent films? I'm not crazy about silent films, unfortunately. I have seen silent films a long time ago when we used to, before I had a TV, I was a teenager still living at home with my mom. I live right next to my mom and dad, but living over there. And we would rent movies from the library on these big projector reels, and we would have to rent the big projector. And it was free. It was a rental, was free. You check it out. Okay, you check it out, basically, from the library. And we would watch them up on the wall. And I think there were some silent movies that I saw. But I remember even at the time, I mean, and I was fascinated by a lot of the movies that I saw back then because it was such a novelty to me. Even still, as a teenager, it was a novelty to me because we didn't have TV. But I remember not being super blown away by silent films. Yeah, yeah, Numi Rapace. That's how you say her last name. I was always impressed with how quickly she learned English because she was talking about how she would just read newspapers and she would watch shows and she speaks it just very, very well. I'm so jealous of people that are very very fluid in their bilingualism or multilingualism. Jealous in a good way. But I mean, I wish I'm really trying to up my game with my Spanish. I was hoping to do Spanish, like review videos in Spanish, but I still don't feel confident enough. Um, when I'm in the middle of a class and talking with the professor and the different, because I'm taking some classes, and when I'm in the middle of that, it's quite easy and I'm into it and I get it. I don't always talk accurately, but then when I have to sit and record a video and think about what I need to say, it's like everything goes, my mind goes in blanco. It goes blank. Yes, it does. Yeah, that's okay. That's what I thought. Right? Now, I will tell you, I've had a C-section and I've had a regular delivery. They wanted to do a C-section the second time. They didn't even believe I was in labor the second time with my daughter. I knew I was because I actually did go in labor with Arturo, so I knew what it felt like. But they were doping me up on like morphine, and because they thought it was just like, I don't know, it wasn't Braxton Hicks. I know what those feel like. So anyway, I've given birth 2 different ways, the 2 different ways that you can give birth, right? And honestly, after I gave birth the natural way, well, I say natural because I did have an epidural, because the pain got so intense, I started vomiting, and by that point I was like, okay, can't do that anymore. But after that way to give birth, I did literally feel like I could run a marathon. I felt good. But after the C-section, no. I was in pain. C-section was awful. I couldn't appreciate my newborn baby as much as I wanted to because I was in so much freaking pain. Yeah, that was not fun. But Arturo wanted to come out backwards, so sorry, TMI. But it's just, okay, yeah, okay. No, I had not heard of that. What type of? Oh, okay. I was getting ready to ask you what type is it? It's political. Okay. I feel the same way about the horror aspect of Terminator and Alien compared to the sequels. No science fiction is at the forefront of both, but the horror. Yeah, Arturo had mentioned that in one of our live streams, I think. I think maybe you were in on the live stream too, but he was talking about how the first Terminator feels more like a horror and the second one feels more like action, oriented, not really so much of a horror. And first Alien movie is more horror feel, and the Aliens is more. So yeah, they are. But oddly enough, I'm more a fan of the original, the first Alien movie, and yet more a fan of Terminator 2. Though I love the Terminator. I mean, I love that movie so much. It was my number one before T2 came along. But yeah, it's interesting, the similarities in that way. Don't like silent. There was one I found particularly boring. Was oh my gosh, Simon, you're crazy. Excuse my chair. This thing is so loud. crazy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, I'm missing some. Whoa. You guys. Favorite Twilight Zone. I cannot remember many Twilight Zone episodes off the top of my head. I think probably one that comes to mind is the one with William Shatner on the plane, and he looks out the window and sees what is it out the window? Like a gremlin or something? Oh, wow. I believe it. I think in most of the rest of the world, or in a good portion of the rest of the world, there are many more bilingual and multilingual people that, well, multi is also bi, but still more than bi. Um, Here in the US, mostly, just because a lot of kids nowadays, they do have to take foreign language, but they don't necessarily speak it after they're out because they just, you lose it, especially if you don't practice it much. You take like maybe 1 hour class a day for 5 days. You take it for a few years, but still that's not really the same thing as real world being able to speak it, sort of practice and stuff, which, so plus our country's so big, land wise. So like I compare it a lot of times to countries in Europe, smaller countries where maybe you'll travel 50 miles and you'll be in another country where they speak another language. So functionally you have to, it's in your best interest, obviously, to know multiple languages. Here in the US, you travel 50 miles, you're still in the US for the most part, unless you're at the border, right? So a lot of people just haven't really found the need to learn another language, or they're just not interested. I wasn't interested when I was in high school. I wasn't interested at all. Now I am. So and I have been for many years, and I have been speaking Spanish for a few years, but I still, well, no, not a few years, for several years, many years, decades, but I'm still not comfortable enough. And that's just because I don't force myself to speak it. My husband's Mexican, and so sometimes I will speak Spanish with him. But what happens is if I can't get my point across, then I just switch to English because I know he'll because he's completely fluent in both. So I know I really should buckle down a little more. But there's so many things I'm doing. I have work, I have Scooter, I have the house, which is in shambles, and I have the YouTube channel. So, but I really should. I know it would get better if I forced myself to speak it more when I'm not in class. Childbirth. How about Gina Davis in The Fly? I've seen that movie once, so I don't remember what you're speaking of. I just remember the body horror in there was really nasty. Got him right in the neck. Is that in reference to The Fly? Or was it in reference to The Twilight Zone? Silent films, Hugo, such. I have started watching that before and never finished. That's the one with Chloe. What's her name? It's from several years ago, but still not terribly, terribly old. But a name for the star. Morphine. Yeah, well, so when they gave me the morphine, I could sort of halfway get some sleep, right? I'd been in labor all day since early morning hours, and this was then that night, like 11, 12 at night, or in the middle of the morning the next day. And it sort of put me in a halfway sleep, but not really, because it can't knock out all the pain. That's when the nurse finally believed me. She said, "Well, I knew she was in labor when, they doped her up with morphine, and she was still like, moaning like whenever a contraction would come. Yeah, I told you because I know what the heck it feels like. I'd been through it before." Arturo had been a scheduled delivery, but I ended up going into labor before the schedule could happen. Reminds me of Gong Li and Memoirs of a Geisha. She didn't speak English and had to learn it phonetically. Oh, interesting. Wow. I wonder, does she... Okay, so she learned it phonetically. I wonder if she still speaks it. Selena had to learn Spanish because she was not a native Spanish speaker. She had to learn Spanish, and she learned it phonetically through her singing. I've always found that quite interesting. She ended up speaking it quite well. She would still make these little mistakes. It was funny. She would always laugh at herself when she would make these mistakes. She was so cute. And she would make these mistakes. She talked very quick, but my husband said you could still hear she had the Chicana, like the short, quick sort of like Chicanos have a different accent. And so, but she still talked it very well. She was I think completely fluent. I mean, what do you define fluency as? Some people define it as being able to speak it like a native speaker, completely native speaker. Other people define it as being able to like you have functional ability. You can get your basic point across. And then other people look at it as like you're like in between native and functional. You're like here, conversational. I say I speak 1.5 languages. I guess maybe in some ways I would be considered fluent, but I still struggle with certain rules, and I still get the gender stuff screwed up all the time. I know the rules, I get it. When I read it, if I have to write it, I get it. I can write correctly because I have time to think. But when you're speaking off the top of your brain, uh, I forget the rules. I forget when am I supposed to do subjunctive, because we don't do a lot of subjunctive talk here. Like in English, we don't do a lot of subjunctive talk, and all these different little things. And you just anyway, one day I do have some pictures, some like after pic. We were taking video when I was not full video all the way, but like video leading up to the birth of my daughter. And my dad was supposed to bring the camera when I was having Arturo, but he came to the hospital. He forgot to bring the camera. So the only other time the very first video of Arturo when he is a baby is like the next day. Dad was sick as a dog with pneumonia, so he completely forgot to bring the camera. Both my kids, well, Arturo was born in the middle of the night. Aurelia was born in the early morning, like 8:36. It's like the old joke, what do you call someone who speaks only one language? For the most part, that is the case. I mean, it's getting better. A lot of Americans speak, mostly Spanish, probably. Spanish is probably the number 2 language here, with good reason, because Mexico, we have, Mexico and Central and South America are neighbors to the south. Probably a lot of French speakers as well, because of New Orleans and also up in Canada. Yeah, I don't know that I'll be sharing them. I just wondered if he was just asking for curiosity's sake. Oh gosh, hold on, a lot of comments. Geez. Wait, do you mean children? Hold on, let me go look at that of your childbirths. I assumed the question was of the childbirths. Some people take videos and pictures during all that. We didn't get into that explicit. We never did that. No. I actually have a young YouTube friend, Fever Dreamland Theater, who does episode reviews of the original Twilight Zone series. It's given me a real appreciation for the show that I didn't have before. Oh, cool. I'm gonna write down that. I like to sub to other content creators who are in this. I mean, I sub to all sorts of people, but I especially like to sub to people that do things like movie and show discussions and reviews and things like that. Fever Dreamland Theater. It's possible that I have seen them before. Maybe. You can. Looks really good. That's funny. La chancla. La chancla. Okay, hold on a second. Because chancla is if you're making a joke, it's going right over my head. But I do know what chancla means. Poor Arturo, he cannot. Oh, hey Javier. Yes, right, Javier. Except, let me tell you something. So, okay. Muchas veces no entiendo el español de puertorriqueños, ¿sabes? Entonces, cuando me hablas, necesitas hablar muy despacio, ¿ok? Por favor. um, English. But don't really yell at him. Yeah, Chloe Moritz. Oh my gosh, I'm way behind on comments. I'm sorry, you guys. The childbirth scene was horrifying. My friend got... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was painful. It was so painful. It really hurts. It's an awful surgery to have. And some women choose to have it. Like, they don't need to. There's nothing going on in their pregnancy situation that they need to, but they choose to for different reasons, because maybe they like the idea of scheduling it. But you can schedule an induction, which I'm not a huge fan of those either. But also, some women don't want to actually go through the process of childbirth, because it does change things. It does stuff to the bones in your hips. It just does. I noticed that after Aurelia was born. And so they'll do things like schedule this very invasive surgery that's dangerous. I mean, there's a danger to it. I can't wrap my head around that. Also, it's so painful. I mean, if I hadn't, I mean, I know sometimes women can give birth to breech babies. Okay, I didn't want to take that risk. I don't have a lot of space. Like, I'm not tall. Okay, Arturo wasn't a big baby, but I just didn't want to. I didn't want to go through that, and so, and for me, my best option was a C-section. But I really wish it hadn't have been that, because it was awful. It was so painful. The recovery was terrible. Great winter movies might make a great topic for a live stream. Yes. Like, what's the best Christmas movie? Die Hard. That's a good idea, though. That is a good idea. I would consider Misery a winter movie. I'm going to write that down. Okay. I won't spoil it, but it would be a great scene for you to react to from The Fly. I've seen The Fly. I just don't remember a lot about it. And you're talking about the birth? I don't even remember there being a birth scene. But that is a good idea to react to that. Oh, geez. Well, this is the closest thing I can find to a weed picture as a description. Speaking of that, I got some CBD oil. I was going to try it tonight for the first time to help me sleep. I don't have a huge issue with sleeping, but sometimes I can't fall asleep as quickly as I would like. Like, if I'm not tired enough, right? Because I do stay up pretty late. I have to stay up until at least 2 because of Scooter's seizure medicine. And sometimes, well, a lot of times, I will take Benadryl, because that takes about an hour. Then I get kind of sleepy, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go to bed, and I'm out. But that's not probably, it's not the best thing, right? To be taking something like that long term. So I got some CBD oil. Arturo uses that to help him sleep. So I'm going to try it tonight. I'm a little scared because I don't know what it's going to make me feel like. It's for sleep. I don't know what it's going to make me feel. I mean, I know the ingredients in there. They look fine. It's like valerian root, melatonin, and other stuff. But I don't know how it's going to make me feel. So I don't know. I've chickened out the past few nights because I had to get up early. So it was like, well, I'll just do the Benadryl thing because I know how I react to that. But I don't know. We'll see. An amazing foreign cultural movie is East of Eden. You feel there? I think I've seen that movie a long time ago. I think. Hold on. I thought it was wait a second. I thought that was a movie with James Dean. Yeah. I assume that's the one you're talking about. You rickrolled yourself. I rickrolled myself when you mentioned I know the rules. My I forgot that part of the song. Took 5 years of French and 3 years of Spanish, and I can tell you that Simon is absolutely right. I can't speak them at all. That's the way it is a lot of times, the way they teach you in school. They really should just teach you the way a child learns naturally without the book learning, and because we get ourselves so obsessed and focused on the grammar rules. I do it too, but the grammar rules and all this, and we kind of lose touch with the way language is naturally acquired. We try to go about it the other way, and that just doesn't. I mean, it's important to know these things, right? So like, but you don't. An English speaker, they don't take English classes and they don't learn the rules until they're in school. By then, they're already speaking it very well. So, oh, well, Chunkla, I'm talking about the ability to hit your. Yeah, right, right, with the flip flop. Chunkla is flip flop. So yes, there is a thing about like in Coco, the movie Coco, when the lady pulls off her flip flop, and she's that's a thing. A lot of times it is a thing. Yes. You should hear a Malaysian curse because we speak multiple languages. We should. That's so cool, though. I think that's so fascinating to me how the brain can do these gear shifts, and it just comes. I just that I love that. That is so cool. I mean, it blows my mind that people can even speak two languages and switch back and forth in their head. I mean, I have a little, I've got a little taste of that. I have had dreams in Spanish. Sometimes I think in Spanish, but it's not to the level that people that are very comfortable with it are. Maybe one day. Hi, Glenn. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. God, poor Messi. Simon, you're on a roll. Oh, you were. That's funny. Oh, okay. So it's not the one. It's not the one I was thinking of. Okay, I have not. I didn't realize there was another one like that. Detailed discussion on childbirth. I started watching Stuckman's video with him and his wife, and that was a crazy reveal. Twins. Oh my gosh. I didn't finish. I want to though. It was a pretty long video, but I was fascinated by their story. So I'm going to get back to that. Don't be scared of. Yeah, right. It's not supposed to be. It's not. This one is not supposed to have. I think they said like what is it? Broad spectrum has had the THC removed. The company I ordered it from says one of the other reasons that I held off on taking CBD oil, because I have toyed with the idea of it, is because at the time, I think when I first started thinking about it, I was involved in an asthma study, drug study for asthma, at the same clinic that I was doing overnight shifts working there. Anyway, and they would do drug tests, so you couldn't have anything in your system like that. And I had heard that sometimes CBD oil can have trace amounts of THC, but I didn't know a whole lot about CBD at the time. So I just was like, well, I'm not going to do that. So that's why I held off on it initially. That's true. They should. They don't right now, though. They teach ridiculous stuff now. No, that's true. I agree with that. But I do agree with, like, if you're going to teach a foreign language, I think that the approach should be much different than how it is right now, because it's not very effective. As we wind down to the end of 2021, do you feel that this was a good year for movies overall in terms of your experience watching and enjoying, or was it more of a disappointment? For me, I feel like it was more of a disappointment. I haven't been super thrilled with movies as a whole this year. Part of that is because so many of them got pushed, rescheduled. And part of it was just the movies ended up being disappointing. One of the first movies, no, not the first, because when movies opened here in October, when the movie theaters opened back up in October of last year, it's been more than a year, I started going. In fact, I think I've gone to the movie theater more this year than I have in the previous years, like yearly, because I've made it now where this is what I do. If a movie's coming out, if I'm interested in it, I want to check it out so I can do a review. So it's been kind of work/hobby related. But as a whole, I've not been super wowed by this year. I saw Godzilla versus Kong, or Kong versus Godzilla, whatever. It was fun to be there, watch it on the big screen, but as a whole, I thought that was disappointing. I saw Mortal Kombat. I did a screening here at home, and I wasn't super impressed. It was okay, but I wasn't impressed with it. I think maybe, and I'm just thinking off the top of my head, so I might be misremembering. I want to say one of the first movies that I saw that I actually enjoyed quite a lot was Black Widow. Black Widow got a lot of hate, but I thought it was quite good. So, Evo, oh gosh. If I'd taken a shot every time those words were mentioned in Halloween Kills, I'd have been drunk out of my brain. You've been using CBD for a while, and it's been pretty beneficial for me. But where do you get yours from? I'd started when I first got some for Arturo. I mean, he gets it now for himself, but initially when I was getting it for him, I can't remember the name of the company. It was very highly rated and everything, but their CBD was freaking expensive. It was really expensive. It was like 90 some bucks a bottle. We don't have that type of income to be doing that long term with other bills, So then I found another company, Cbd MD. That's where he's been getting his, and that's where I got this latest. So I think movies will explode with the release of COVID. I'm hoping 2021 is a really good year for, Spider-Man is going to explode the box office. I can feel it. It crashed movie theater sites. Was it Thanksgiving night? Was Thanksgiving? Hold on, I got to look at the dates, y'all. Okay. So, yeah, Sunday night, early Monday morning, midnight, I had forgotten that the Spider-Man tickets were going to go on sale on the 29th. I got an email from AMC, and so I was like, oh, okay, Spider-Man tickets are on sale. I went to Cinemark. Their site was down. So I was like, oh, I'll just do it in the morning. I check in the morning. Their site's still down because I'd seen people talking about it on Twitter that AMC site was down. People were saying Cinemark's site was still down. I went to Cinemark. Their site was down. And the app wasn't working. And then finally, at one point, the app started working before the website did. And the showtime I was looking for was 3 o'clock because Arturo and I are going to try to see it before he has to start work that day. And the theater was almost completely sold out by that point. There were only like one or two areas where there were two seats together. It was like either up front or way in the back, which way in the back is fine, but like kind of all the way over to the left. Those are the seats we got. So it was, I think Spider-Man is going to make the box office and movie studio really, really happy. So I hope it does well. I know THC is the whole point, but here in the US, THC doesn't make companies happy sometimes. And so, yeah. But with CBD oil, you can still get some of the benefits of it without having THC in your system. Just don't inhale the THC. I have no desire to actually try the actual full-on thing. Nope, none at all. Jim Henson released Dark Crystal. Did he really? I didn't know there was a Dark Crystal 2. I didn't know that. Oh, wow. Okay. No. I have not. I'm not super into music. 2 movies this year, Resident Evil and West Side Story. I thought about seeing Resident Evil, and stuff I've been hearing about it makes me think probably I won't go see it. Maybe I'll check it out later. Not really interested in West Side Story. I don't really care too much for musicals, and I was never really crazy about West Side Story, but maybe the remake will be, I don't know. I think it's getting decent reviews. I don't know. I loved The Dark Crystal so much when I was little. Yeah, I used to love that too. I used to be a little bit obsessed with that movie. Spider-Man No Room in the ICU. Okay. Mortal Kombat was the first bust of 2021 for me. I think you and I feel very similarly about movies, about different stories, movies, because yeah, I wasn't. I I think I was expecting to like it more than I did. I didn't hate the experience. I mean, it's pretty rare that I watch a movie and I hate it so much I despise that I took the time to watch it. So that's rare. Green Knight was one of those times. I was actually angry that I had taken out time in my afternoon to watch that stupid movie. And I was thinking to myself, I could have been home. I should have been, could have been home working. I could have gotten X amount of work done. There have been other movies that I don't necessarily regret that I watched, but I don't like the movie. Like maybe I really very strongly dislike the movie, but don't necessarily dislike that I watch it. It's weird. It's hard to explain. I did not like Promising Young Woman. Did not like that film. That was one of the ones from this year, I think, too. I saw a screener of that. Spider-Man on CBD. Oh, that. Uh, I thought that was kind of. I thought that was supposed to be kind of decent. I haven't seen that. And hold on. You said Jim Henson wouldn't have released that. That would have been his, well, maybe his company, but not him. Was really? Modern movies are, yeah, that's true. Unfortunately, so many of them. That's why when a really interesting one comes along, I really enjoyed Joker. I thought that was extremely well done. I really enjoyed 1917. I thought that was well done. I like even big blockbustery films that are well done. Yes, I love Wonder Woman. I loved Avengers Endgame. I loved Iron Man. A lot of those MCU films. I really enjoy those. Those are definitely sort of cookie cutter type, the formula, right? But a lot of times it does feel like creativity and good storytelling has kind of just been thrown by the wayside, either because they want to play it safe or because they want to kind of make sure a specific narrative or agenda or whatever is pushed or promoted, and so good storytelling is sacrificed to that, and it really does make a lot of movies suffer as a result. Yeah, no, I haven't not seen The Dark Crystal yet. Maybe at some point. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey made me help my. Oh, I'm not a big fan of Bill and Ted, but I remember when it came out. Didn't it go? Did it go straight to streaming? Can't remember. I don't remember knowing what people thought about it because stinking goblin. When I hear the word goblin, I often think of Labyrinth. My favorite creative stories have been more on TV, like Fargo and the one season of Watchmen. Yeah, like Squid Game. A lot of TV shows. Midnight Mass. I want to see his other stuff. The Haunting of Hill House and Blind Manor or something. I definitely want to watch more of his stuff. Oh, he responded to one of my comments today. That was kind of cool. It was in response to someone made a comment on Twitter like, I spent X amount of time trying to talk my boss into watching Midnight Mass, and he's not even 3 episodes in, or not even 2 episodes in, and he's figured out the entire plot or something like that. And he responded to her comment, and then I responded to that. I said something like, I can't remember. So like, well, you know, I was suspicious, and when this particular thing happened in the first episode. And he wrote back in response to that. And he was saying something like, well, yeah, you know, savvy movie watchers or people that watch, you know, series show watchers or whatever, they'll pick up on things like that. They'll figure things like that out. But like the entire plot, you know, that they would know the entire plot. And to be honest, though, my brother Tim, he had started to figure out a lot of the elements of that before the reveal came. So some people can piece together a lot of stuff, but I'd be really surprised if this woman's boss knew the entire plot. And he was okay, didn't love or hate it. I loved everything else more. I'm so glad Dune worked out well for you, Simon. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm not super in love with it, but I know you really enjoyed it. I'm very glad you had a good experience with it. It feels so fulfilling and exciting when there's something you really looked forward to and it meets or exceeds your expectations. That's how I felt about Wonder Woman. I was so in love with that movie. I was so happy at how it turned out. And I think the reason why it feels so great whenever that happens is because it doesn't happen all that often. Like a lot of times you have a lot of expectation about a film and then it ends up not being what you'd hoped. That's sucky. I think one of the reasons why I hadn't jumped into the Dark Crystal series is because I did know that it had not been renewed. What's your favorite this year? I had to think about what my favorite is for this year. That's tough because, okay, I really liked Black Widow. And I really liked Last Night in Soho. Those are two completely different movies. I need to refresh my memory. Maybe I should do like a little, like, my favorite movies of 2021. I don't feel like there's a ton to choose from, though, unfortunately. Never Ending Story was a next gen. Yeah, was. Used to attend corporate meetings way back when. Modern movies feel like the premise was pieced together. And yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, it does feel like it's the case, for sure. Maybe the pendulum will swing back in the other direction and they'll give a little bit more control to the actual creators, to the writers. We'll see. Okay. Well, let's see. I've been yapping for 2 hours, and it's about time for Scooter's next batch of medicine. The next fight with Scooter to take his medicine. My gosh. I dread it every time, especially in the morning when he's a little harder to get it in him. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, there's not going to be a lot on my list, I don't think, if I do that. I don't think there will be. So, honestly, I'm trying to think. Yeah, there haven't been many that I've been in love with this year. Like, really, really, really enjoyed to the point that I would like to rewatch it multiple times. Black Widow and Last Night in Soho are the two that come to mind. I like Shang-Chi. I've seen it 2.5 times. It's okay. I enjoyed it. But I'd prefer to watch Black Widow. For some reason, that one just clicked better with me. You know what, Dee? There were so many people in love with that movie. Yeah, right? So many people in love with that movie. And I got bamboozled. I got bamboozled into going to watch it because I was seeing, so like the official critic reviews, right? But then I was also seeing reviews on Twitter, which I guess they were official critics, but it made it seem like they were people that saw early screenings of it, or like regular folks like you and me. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to give this a chance. And I was, jeez, so mad I did that. So mad. And yeah, most people, well, most of the official critic people are in love with it. I was looking on Metacritic, though. They're being savage with it. I don't think it's got the highest. Let me check the reviews. Let me check what the latest ratings are on that, because, yeah. I get so annoyed when there's a movie that a lot of people are in love with and I watch it and I'm like, this is crap. It's terrible. Yeah, it's still got really high reviews on Rotten Tomatoes with the official critics. IMDb is 6.6. Metacritic official critics high. Users 6.2. And on Rotten Tomatoes, 50%. I wouldn't even rate it as high as 6 or 60. No, it was so. Blessing for Scooter. That's my nickname for my oldest daughter. Aw. Yeah, Scooter. That's a perfect name for him. He's a little dog. Oh, I was really at my wit's end this evening. Because it almost feels like it's easier to say you just don't care anymore, because then you try to cut your emotion off from it. I do care. I do care. That's why I'm doing this. But it's really frustrating when I try to help him and he makes it difficult. Choose around the foods. Spits out the pill. And then the other day, Chibi zoomed in and grabbed up a piece of food that I think had his heart pill in it, half of his heart pill in it, and she ate it. And so then I was scared to death something was going to happen with Chibi because she ate his, I swear, these dogs. Yeah, I don't either. Usually if critics and audiences both like it, I feel pretty confident that I will, but sometimes it ends up that that's not the case. Yeah, they are for me. You really do. You may love it. You may like it, especially if you're high when you watch it. Maybe you'll love it. Oh gosh. Oh really? You know, I've never seen Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Never. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Haven't had hardly any water. The Green Knight. Yeah. Terrible and crap. It's exactly what it was. Yes.
You want me to give him his pills? Because he took it from me. And I saw what you said on the video as well.
Oh, you were watching.
I've been watching it.
Oh, you have? Aw. That's sweet. I didn't know that.
You want me to now? Give it to him.
I haven't gotten the pills ready, so you don't even know yet what he has to have. He has to have his Denocil, he has to have alpha lipoic acid, and he has to have his pimobendin. And I haven't pulled those out. And I was getting ready to wrap this up, so because oh, little Chibi.
She's asleep.
Poor little Chibi. She had almost all her teeth removed a couple Fridays ago. Poor Chibi. She's not even very old. Hey, Chibi. Say hi. Oh, you're a crazy girl. Chibi. She's a monkey dog. I call her monkey dog. Critics write reviews for other critics. Yeah, I think so. Probably that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, that's true. You want to take her? Oh,
what?
Can you remove the dog's water?
Oh.
I forgot to ask you to do that earlier. Jeez, it's already past 11. Okay. Yeah. I want to keep talking, but at the same time, I have to wrap things up because I have to give Scooters. But my daughter came in and volunteered to. She's the one that, yeah, I said she's the one that gave him the pills because I had just given up on him. I keep hoping the prednisone he's on. See, when he first started chemo, he was on prednisone, and that made him ravenous. Like, he would eat anything you offered to him. He would inhale it. He wouldn't even chew. But the prednisone he's on right now, it's not every day. Like before, it was every day, and then you taper it off the second week, and then you taper it off the third week. It's every other day now, so it doesn't seem to be having the same effect. Plus, the poor dog, he still has diarrhea.
Hi, Jip Jip. Hi, Jip Jip.
What?
Hi, Jip. Hi, Jibby.
Okay. I'm trying to read comments. Oh, poor Jimmy. She just laying there putting up with it. Try to set my own expectations regardless and watch films immediately, although it can be tough to avoid outside influences. La La Land was one of the few that had me fight several critics. So the critics were in love with La La Land, were you not? I have had zero interest to watch that film. It's a musical. I'm not crazy about musicals. Also, I'm not super crazy about Ryan Gosling. He doesn't do anything for me. And the reason I'm laughing is because I see. Now you show up, Matt. This is my brother, Matt, the artist / bodybuilder / Arnold Schwarzenegger double, because he looks like Arnold. I want to watch that Hulu documentary about Sasquatch. So there's this podcast that Matt likes to listen to called Sasquatch Chronicles. And I was telling him when he was here that the name Sasquatch just makes me want to laugh. There's something about that name that's funny to you. Matt, I told Tim what you said to me the other day when we were watching Malignant. It still makes me laugh to think about it. You're like, boy, are you dumb. Boy, you are dumb. Right, exactly. Yeah. Especially if they're beholden to Disney, the evil empire. Yes, my cat. She's not a cat. Yeah, prednisone is useful. He's on it because of the chemo protocol he's on right now. If you did a review for that movie, I need to watch it. That's been out for a few years. Is your channel that old? It's not, is it? I don't think it is. I'm going to go look it up if you do. Yes, I know. Oh, you dumb. If it was anybody else, I'd be offended, Matt. La La Land was one of my favorite movies of the decade, but I'm past this. Instead of I just roll over like a dog. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, that is a big foot. At the sash or the Sasquatch. It's the squatch part. It's the squatch. I don't know why that word is funny to me, but it sounds funny. Sasquatch. I don't know. It just tickled me. Okay. Oh, guys, this has been fun. my heart has been a little lifted. Harry, are you? Is this a question? I think you're asking the size 12, right? I don't know. Oh, dang. You know what? You should make a review. Do like a review of older movies. Have like a little series of review of older movies. Matt's on a roll. Ryan Gosling is just like one of the most boring actors to me. He really is. If he's in a movie, I won't watch it just because he's in it, but I would watch it because of maybe the subject matter, not because of Ryan Gosling. And generally, I avoid movies with Ryan Gosling in it. I'm sure he's a very lovely human being. He seems great, like in interviews and stuff. And I saw videos of him on Graham Norton, but no, his acting just does zero for me. That's pretty hairy. Yeah. He's just so meh. He's meh. The captures the 21st century man's withdrawn disaffection with the term society imposes on the. That's very deep, Colin. Wow. I'm impressed. Yeah, it's just okay. But I have to say, the dude can get built. I'll just say that much. I'll say that much. He can get buff. Very buff. And I can't say anymore. Or I might get in trouble. Okay. I've been wanting to do that for the longest. I said I would when I started, but I still need to. Yeah. See, I'm glad to know that because I know a lot of people just love Ryan Gosling. I don't know, maybe if it's because of the Notebook movie, which I've never seen because no thank you.
Oh, you're still going?
Yeah, I am.
How
I've been trying to wrap it up, but it's been so fun. And Scooter's pills are due at 12. So I have 30 minutes, but I'm like, I got to get myself mentally prepared to fight with this dog. Poor Scooter. Yes.
I couldn't watch.
I did have CBD for our other dog, Dora, who passed away last year from cancer. I did have her on CBD oil. And then when she passed away, I was given Scooter, the rest of it. And then he started having these weird breakouts. So when they couldn't figure it out for the longest time, I wondered if it was a reaction to the CBD oil. So I stopped giving that to him. But no, it wasn't. It was cancer. It was lymphoma. Size 12 in Asia is rare. Yeah, I can imagine it would be. I walk into shoe stores and ask, what do you have in size 12? Jeez, boy. maybe for certain areas, but yeah, I can imagine size 12 is pretty big. Matt, you don't even wear size 12.
Matt's on.
Yes, Matt's on here talking about Sasquatch.
Maybe that should be the next Path of Questions episode. Matt and I should do Sasquatch.
It's not okay. Look, I appreciate when someone has like perfected or sculpted their physique, whatever. I'm not super like into but the reason I mentioned that is because it surprised me. I wasn't expecting that.
What?
I'm not allowed to talk, so I'm being extremely vague.
About a specific something?
Yeah.
Of what exactly? Is this something that you can't even?
I didn't. Matthew, my brother Matthew's just picking with you.
Wait, is this something you can't?
Oh, you were talking.
Is something you can't specifically?
Wait. Has he been buff before? Well, Matt, almost everybody's small compared to you.
Yeah.
Because you're just huge.
And meanwhile, I'm a twig.
I was showing your Instagram to my Spanish teacher today. She was like, "Oi," because it was like the one where he's showing his big. And she goes, "Oi." No, not necessarily. I appreciate that people put the effort into it, but it's not like, But so there are some people that are like the bodybuilders, huge, right? The bodybuilders of today, I think they look awful. I think they look terrible. I think the bodybuilders in the 70s probably looked the best. They were huge. Like Arnold was humongozoid, but he looked the composition felt more natural. Like today, no. They're bulging everywhere, the big bellies. It's so nasty. That's nasty. Mm-mm. Yeah. Right here. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's because he's just kind of meh all the way through. I started watching, I think it's called The Good Guys with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. And I'd heard it was good. It looked good, but I only got a little bit into it and just kind of lost interest. So I never finished it. Golf Clash.
How long have you been streaming now?
It's been 2.5 hours.
I couldn't watch all of it because I was playing the game on Dolphin.
Oh, you're playing your
Fatal Frame.
Your emulated
emulation,
game?
yeah. So I couldn't keep the browser on.
Oh no, that's
it was
fine.
Kind of heating it up.
I didn't even know I didn't know Aurelia was watching.
What?
I said I didn't even know Aurelia was watching. And then Matt jumped in here acting all like Matt. Oh, this was
game
fun.
plays so well on the computer.
I'm glad it worked out.
There are points where it kind of does a lag a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, but overall it plays.
You hook it up to your screen?
Yeah.
No, my ideal emoji would be the Linda Hamilton Sarah Connor arms. Her arms were cool.
I have kind of sort of buff arms, but they're not big enough. I have buff chest a little bit. If you've noticed it, they have gotten a little bigger.
I haven't noticed because you don't really work them in. You don't really work your muscles intensely.
Yeah, but like I can tell, like this
Poor
area
Arturo has been trying to put on weight for the longest time. He's so skinny.
You don't think this is like bigger, a little bigger? At least, especially I can feel right here. It feels like it's kind of buff on the sides.
You do the push-ups?
I didn't used to. Yeah, sometimes. But I don't think I need to probably do it more. One time I.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you're on the other side of the world. Well, enjoy your lunch.
Oh.
Bodybuilding back in the day, the bodies were more symmetrical. Yeah, fitter, healthier, small waist. Now it's so terrible. It's painful to look at them. Really.
Arnold's perfect shape.
Simon.
What?
Simon is.
What did he say?
He's so crazy.
What did he say?
He says, "Tell Arturo to get out of here with his non-Linda Hamilton arms."
Yeah, they're not Linda Hamilton.
No.
I'm sorry to disappoint.
I think she could whoop probably all of us except for Matt.
What do you mean?
I mean, when she was Sarah Connor, not
Arnold?
now. She's obviously not. She's not buff like that anymore, and she didn't stay that way, unfortunately. And it takes a lot of work. It does take a lot of effort for that. So, okay, well, I'm definitely going to wrap it up because we are approaching midnight, and I have to get creative with pill hiding. So, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been a blast. I really enjoyed it. I feel so much lighter now than I did when I started. I was like, I thought I even toyed with the idea of canceling it, but then I decided no. I'd already put it up. I'd already started it.
Is it because of just what, Scooter?
Right, the ideal woman in the 50s. No, just everything, Arturo. I'm just stressed about a lot of stuff and just feeling kind of down and Yes, it was, Colin. Thank you so much for joining.
You will see her again.
You too, Terry.
New Year's
night,
Eve,
everybody. Thank you so much, and look forward to whenever the next video is going to be. Maybe I'll get my other comedy videos up at some point, but we'll try to do that. Definitely the 2000s discussion. Maybe a stream on New Year's Eve or New Year's because Arturo's asked off that night. I'll also certainly start working on maybe a favorites of 2021.
You will also see her soon.
I just don't know how quickly it's going to work on
the
me.
Wonder Woman review.
I don't know if I gotta like take it and then wait an hour, or if it will hit me quickly. I don't know. Oh no, I didn't see it, D. Sorry. Oh yes, I see it now. Let me read it. This is a blast. Can't wait to come up with solid. Yes. Thank you so much, D. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you guys. Love you all. You guys are great. Thanks so much.
No, you
and I will see you guys later. Bye. Have a good one.